Hello, guys. Today we're going to talk about ego and pride and dignity and all of those things. So, as some of you may know, I had a crush on somebody who worked at the place where I did my internship. That's all I'm going to say. Because sometimes I feel like I talk too much and I regret it. Anyway, so it took a long time for me to get over him and all that. I'm already over him, like, since months ago. Everything is fine. But recently here's the thing, I muted his stories, his posts and everything on Instagram because I didn't want to see anything because he had a girlfriend. And it just, you know what I mean. mm, it hurt my feelings and it hurt my ego because I was like, I thought he liked me. And then if you can hear people in the background, it's my neighbors. I think it's my neighbors or somebody watching TV, I don't know. Anyway, so I was like, okay, so I thought this guy was attracted to me. And why am I pointing at the glass? Anyway, so I thought this guy was attracted to me. And I think he was, but then he got a girlfriend and I was like, I thought he liked me. So it was this, like, existential crisis, not existential crisis, but it was this, like, existential, like, what the heck, you know what I mean? But not existential, identity, I don't know, because I was like, I thought you liked me but you didn't like me enough. Why? That kind of messes with your ego and your sense of self identity or whatever it is. I'm not gonna lie. And I think it happens to all of us, but anyway. So I was like, what happened? Oh yeah. So I was hurt. My ego was hurt. My ego was shattered. Okay. And for months I was like, why, whatever. So I didn't want to see his stories. I didn't want to see his posts. I didn't want him to see that I was seeing his stories and all that. So I muted everything. And then when I stopped having a crush on him, when I realized that I stopped having a crush on him, I was like, okay, I'm gonna unmute because I don't care anymore. And so I started getting stories and whatever, and for a few days, and I saw a lot of stories where he was with his girlfriend. And after weeks of not seeing anything his, and then seeing him again with his, I was gonna say with his wife, no, with his girlfriend, I don't know, I felt something in me, and it was not good. It was not a positive feeling, and it was not a neutral feeling. Like, I didn't feel neutral. I was like, if I don't have a crush on him, why am I feeling bad? Like, what do I feel bad? Like, what do I feel bad? And then I was like, yeah, maybe I don't have a crush on him, but my ego is still hurt. My ego is still hurt because I'm like, I don't like him anymore. But I did like him, and he didn't like me. And he likes this girl, and he doesn't like me. What does this girl have that I don't have? And I'm not trying to talk shit about women. I don't want to tear women down to, like, make myself look good, better or whatever. Like, this is not, I don't even know who she is. But the thing is, like, I don't know anything about her. Anyway, and but my ego is still hurt. Like, I remember I saw a few stories and I was like, I can't stand it. I can't stand this feeling. Why? Like, why? You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? I muted his stories again and his posts and everything. I muted everything again. I was like, you know what? I don't have a crush on him, but my ego is still hurt because I did like him before. I don't like him right now, but I did. So now I muted everything again to preserve my ego, and I don't have to go through that. I don't watch a lot of stories anymore. But I don't know, I go through seasons. Sometimes I see more stories, sometimes less or whatever, but I don't want to see anything like that. Maybe I will unmute again. And oh my god, if you mute a stories, it's because you care. Yeah, but it's not. It seems like I still like him, but I don't, because I don't even think about him. But the thing is, like, I don't like seeing that because I used to like him. And not and you know what I mean? Like, it's the same girl. It's not like another girl or whatever. So I'm like, do you know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? I don't have to be reminded of the fact that this guy never asked me out and he's dating this girl. I don't have to be reminded of that. So I was like, you know what? Mute again. Fuck that shit. You know what? I don't have the patience. I don't have the time. I don't want to be having I don't even have a hard time or whatever, but I just look at it and then for a few seconds I'm like, this fucking guy. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't affect me too much, but I'm like, this fucking guy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just like a moment that I want to avoid. You know what I mean? I don't want to ruin my day for 5 seconds. You know what I mean? I know what you guys are thinking. It's more than 5 seconds. Maybe I think about it for a little bit and I remember things and I'm like, why do I have to be reminded of those things? You know what I mean? I was having such a good day today. Such a good day today. Why did I pronounce it like that? So yeah, I if you mute his stories again, it doesn't mean you like him. It just means you just don't have the energy. You just don't. Your ego is hurt, and that is totally fine. It's, I don't know what the moral of the story is. I don't think it means you. like him, because I was like, I must like him because I muted his stories, and then I was like, no, it doesn't mean I like him. I muted his stories because I don't want to see it, because my ego is hurt. I don't like him anymore, but now it's my ego. Now it's just my ego. No broken hearts, no nothing, no grudges, no nothing. Just ego. Just ego. And I don't want to deal with those feelings. No. My ego was just fine before looking at that story. So we're going to keep it like that. Did you hear me burp? Oh my god. Well, it's not like this is the first time you guys hear me burp. If you've heard me burping before, you know. But yeah, that was everything I wanted to say today. So it's okay. It's sometimes you have to differentiate between, do I still like him or is it just my ego? So yeah. And tomorrow I'm going to make another video that is very similar to this one. But it's like liking and then not liking again. And then like, okay, ego, or like, do I just want this person to like choose me and stuff? So yeah, I think it's interesting. So I recommend you guys stay tuned for tomorrow. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Bye.